Hello, my name is timbgreen and I'm the sxSflUzr. So today I'm going to talk about the 5 foundations of success. Now, the 5 foundations are recuperate, meditate, masticate, educate, activate. So let's start with number 1, recuperate. Simple terms, we need at least 7 hours of sleep. There's a calcium release after about 7 hours of continuous sleep. Any other system where you split your sleep up or get less than that 7 hours approximately, and you don't get that calcium release. So why is this important? Well, calcium controls, among other things, the firing of neurons in your brain. So in other words, your brain probably isn't going to work right, surprise, surprise, if you don't get enough sleep. In addition to that, your immune system, if you skip one night of sleep, your immune system's function and efficiency, whatever it is cut by about 50%. Now, 7 is an approximate minimum, but how long should you sleep? Well, it's actually really simple. Do you need an alarm? If you need an alarm to wake up, you're not getting enough sleep. Now, this isn't me talking, this is sleep experts, and that's what they're saying. So bottom line, you're on vacation, you have no schedule, you don't have to get up early. When you go to sleep and you wake up naturally, without an alarm, without being disturbed or jarred awake, you just naturally wake up because you're finished sleeping, that's the amount of time you need to sleep. And they've actually done the hardware of this where they can check, they've tested this. No sleep, you just forgot all or much of what you learned yesterday because you didn't give your brain a chance to actually store that data in your brain. So, not a good option. 7 hours minimum. How long? Case by case. However long you need to sleep. If you wake up with an alarm, it's not long enough. Okay, number 2, meditate. So after you wake up, but before you eat, I personally lay in bed and meditate. I'm fully rested, so there's no risk of me falling back asleep. Okay, so the next one. So after you meditate, get up immediately and eat immediately. If you're a morning exerciser, that's fine. There's different debates about that, but I've looked at a number of them. I've looked at sort of cross-sectional stuff on it. Here's the real thing. You have not eaten in 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 hours. You should eat before you exercise. So running out and exercising is fine as long as you like digesting your muscles, using your muscles that you're supposedly gaining or you want people to see to fuel your run or your workout routine. So that's just kind of dumb and it's counterproductive. Along with the mastication or eating, hydration, obviously. I think you should always have water or some drink available as long as it's physically possible with your work or in your life. Is educate, and the reason it's educate rather than activate, which means exercise, getting your body moving, is because you need some time for your body to digest your food. If you do any kind of intense exercise, obviously shortly after eating is just a bad idea. It doesn't really work. Personally, optimal for me, and this is again an individual thing, approximately 1 hour. Bottom line is educate. Learn something new to help you go towards your goals or just keep your brain going. If you don't stimulate your brain at any age, if you're not using it, you're losing it. So find something you love to learn. If you want to be successful at anything, then you could be learning more about success. But more than that, just engaging your brain in something. This is a perfect time, right? You can't exercise yet. You can be educating. Now that could be listening to audiobooks. That could be anything that stimulates your brain and especially helps you learn something new or more about something you're interested in. Activate. So activate, I would say there's sort of 2 camps, or I'm going to talk about 2 camps. And one is exercise every day. Well, you should be active every day, of course, but I also would have to qualify that with how active and at what level. Because the way I usually do my exercise, I can't do it every day. It's quite literally too intense. I'm not saying I'm big and tough. I'm saying if you do exercises that are hard and challenging for your body actually does need time to recover. So when I'm doing I have a variation of a kettlebell swing called a squat that I'll describe or demonstrate in another video. but it's really damn hard. So in a 40-minute session, I'm doing approximately 11 minutes of actual exercise, and the rest of the time is recuperation every second day. The other one I do strength training, where after training to failure, which is popular, but most people misuse and overuse it. If you're training to failure, truly training to failure, like you can't do another repetition, then you should follow your strength curve, which I'll elaborate in another video. And for me, that's once every 8 days. In between that, you can do other exercises to burn calories, like the kettlebell, like dancing, anything that really turns your crank. But if it's intense, you're going to need at least a day's rest between each intense session of exercise. You can work on your arms on Monday, your legs on Wednesday, and your core on Friday, or upper body, lower body, as long as the primary muscles involved are only being worked out intensely approximately once a week. Measuring your strength curve is easy, but it's going to be a little time, so I'll also do another video on that. So recuperate, meditate, masticate, educate, activate. 5 foundations of success. Almost anybody on earth who has been or is being successful does these things or a variation thereof. Please confirm that yourself, or just go ahead and do it. Especially with the meditate, one of the hardest things to do, only because the way our brains seem to work. Oh, I'm wasting my time. It's not a waste of time. What I would really encourage you to do is do it 15 to 30 minutes every morning for a month, and stick with it, because it will feel like unproductive time until it sort of sticks. And in my own personal experience, that takes 2 weeks to a month of doing it every day. It's subtle but powerful and life-changing. My name is Tim B. Green. I'm the Successful Loser. Bye for now.